All right, how's it going, everybody? This is Ismortah, and this morning, during my Saturday 9 Central board game stream, I'm going to be showing you some gameplay, preferably a through full gameplay of the game Bristol, 1350. We'd be previously on another stream, I did an unboxing to this. We're going to do a whole playthrough of the game, which I believe you can also play single player. So we're going to check that out today. And if you want to see other streams of mine, be sure to check me out every Saturday, 9 a.m. Central for board games, and Sunday, 9 a.m. Central for video games. And that is at twitch.tv/Ismortah. And you can check out my VODs here as well as on YouTube at Shadow Balance Games. And on Twitter, you can check out my any updates to the schedule as well as what the content's going to be shown during the next streams at Shadow Balance. Cool. Well, let's get it going and see what's. I have never played this game. I just briefly looked at the cards and all the stuff, so this would be cool to see how it goes. I know it's not supposed to be a super long game, like it may only go an hour, especially only be one player. You'll have, faster turns because you're not waiting for other players to do their turn. But let's see what it's all about. So it's really cool because when you take off the saran wrap and put the advertisement that was loose in the back in the book, then you see just an entire, it just looks like a book. Whole 9 yards, which is pretty cool. But then when you open it up, which is magnetic, then you see all the goods. Again, not focused on the unboxing, but do gameplay. So I'll probably fix the camera to have it whatever works best. Okay. This will probably also be a how to play, since I do not know how to play. It's got some strategy and hints, but we won't worry about that. It's got some descriptions on what stuff are. We're not worried about that. We're just going to go. Oh, it has a history of the Black Death. It's pretty interesting. Pretty cool. All right. So I guess this will be part how to play also. Or maybe it'll just be how to play. We'll see where it goes. All right, so we have our map. We got our tokens and stuffs. And cards. Okay. Yeah, this camera angle looks like it's going to work. This may very well just be a how to play that rolls into playing the game. Let's learn as we go. Okay, so we have all my remedies. And then we have the people you play as. And then we have the symptoms. This, I'm just going to choose cards. I'm not going to worry about that. But these I will shuffle right quick. Make sure I got chats up. Good. Then these are the symptoms, which I don't know if this necessarily have to be shuffled. Actually, should just look to rules on that before I shuffle this one, because these have the numbers on the back. Oh, symptoms are, this is the back, symptoms. Okay, great. So this is shuffled. Okay. Yeah, this game apparently plays 1 to 9 players, but the fact that it says you can play as 1 player, you probably just have either AI controlled opponents, or it's just a race, me trying to get across before all the people on my card die. We'll see which one it is. We shall see. This could very well be, like I said, it's probably going to be a combination of how to play the game and just playing by myself. Because I don't know how to play a game, so might as well share that experience with you as I do it. Alright, so we got some shuffleage, whatever. Alright, so let's see. We got a bunch of pieces. I thought there were 4 cards. There's only 3? Oh yeah, but there should be 9 people. Okay. Okay, blah. Let's see what we got here. Let's jump to the gameplay. Overview. The dreaded Black Plague has descended upon the town of Bristol. You are racing down the street in one of the 3 available apple carts, desperate to escape into the safety of the countryside. If your cart is the first to leave the town and is full of only healthy villagers when you leave, you and your fellow cartmates successfully escape and win the game. However, some villagers on your cart may contract the plague along the way. If they do, they'll do anything to hide their symptoms from you so you won't leave them behind. If you leave town with a plagued villager on your cart, you will catch the plague and die as well. You must do whatever is necessary to make sure that doesn't happen. Wow, that's sad though. You know, people want to escape, but they have the plague, but... So that's going to be interesting. Okay. Objective. Be on the first healthy cart to escape from the town. If anyone in your cart has the plague, when you finish, everyone in the cart dies of the plague. Play continues until all healthy cart escapes and wins. If at any point your 2 symptom cards add up to 6 or higher, you have the plague for the rest of the game, even if your symptoms fall below 6. If at any point, I'll read that again. If at any point your 2 symptom cards add up to 6 or higher, you have the plague for the rest of the game. And if later, you reduce it. Okay. You must avoid contracting the plague at all costs, but if you do get it, then your new objective is to make sure that none of your healthy players... That's funny. It says, you must avoid contracting the plague at all costs, but if you do get it, then your new objective is to make sure that none of the healthy players win. Yeah, and that's a symptom you see in a lot of board games too, that I'll use my classic example like Twilight Imperium. You know, if you play a bunch of players, the odds of you winning is already low, and so what it ends up turning into is, if you know you have no chance of winning, then you just can find people you definitely don't want to win, and you sabotage them. It's... Oh man. You can accomplish this by making sure that each cart that crosses the finish line is either empty or has someone with the plague. So that means you either remove healthy people from the cart, or you make sure someone on the cart at least has the plague. All right, so let's set up. So we need 2 remedy cards we start with. Okay. I get these decks closer just so you can see them. 2 remedy cards. We don't need this. 2 remedy cards. 1 oak. 1 cedar. And 1 birch. It looks like with 1 person on each, looks like. Oh, 2 on the birch. I was gonna do green, but that guy already looks sickly. Alright, have each player choose a character card, shake their matching pawns in the bag, pull out randomly one at a time, and place them on cards front to back according to the table below. I just did it based on colors that look cool, so. Just 2 sides to character cards, and one of them includes special actions. We're gonna do special actions because I don't give a fuck. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Remove all the 4 buboes, probably say it correctly, from the symptoms deck. Remove all the 4s from the symptoms deck. Okay. I don't know why, but sure. I think it's all the 4s. We'll keep the same. Let's cut it. I don't know what the hell's on it. Okay. Next up, it says shuffle all leftover symptoms with the 4s. Wait, what? Shuffle all remaining symptoms and give 2 to each player. If anyone is dealt 2 3s, they should show the group and be given 2 new cards so that everyone begins the game with 2 symptoms totaling 5 or less. That's why you don't want to start with a 4. Then we put the leftover symptoms with the 4s into the deck and shuffle it. Okay. They just want to make it so you don't start that you're with the plague, is that you start with symptoms. Okay. But we're only playing with 1 player. So set up, each player, ghosts are given a character card, and they are given. Okay, so we have like 3 other ghost players. So we have this player has 2, this player has 2, this player has 2, and then mine. Okay, I'll just skip to that setup since that's what we're doing. Okay, now we see if anyone starts with, if you start with 2 3s, you get a different card. This person no, this person no, this person no, and no. Okay. On a ghost turn, they will re-roll 1 die of the furthest ahead card possible that is not their own. Okay, we'll look up those additional stuff here in a sec. It says mingles, but I don't know what mingles is. We haven't gotten there yet. So this is turn into how to play. That's fine. So how do you know what character you start with? Have each player choose a character card. Great. I want to be something cool. I'm going to use a special ability. Let's see. We'll have the Chandler. We'll have We'll have a surf. I'll be the friar to match what you saw on the cover. Well, right here. This is the friar. That's who I'll be. Sure. I don't know what the abilities are, don't care. And we have a countess. Okay. How to play. The game happens in rounds. Get this closer. In each round, any player rolls all 6 dice for the group. No, my pawns fell over. No. No. Okay. Then any player rolls all 6 dice for the group. Great. And that's always going to be me. So we got a bunch of stuff that was just rolled. Okay. Then, starting with the player whose pawn is at the front of the cart furthest ahead. For the first round, the player at the front of the birch cart will start. I believe I'm the birch cart. I don't know oh, I see, it's trees. Birch, cedar, I'm sorry. Yeah, birch, cedar, oak. Okay, so first player will always be me, unless someone's furthest ahead. On your turn, you may perform 1 action from the following list. These are also listed at the bottom of your character card, which you can see here. The bottom of your character card says the moves you can do. So you know what, for the purpose of this, I'm not going to do special abilities just because other people aren't doing them too. So, and that way I can remember what the moves are. Sure. So on my turn, I can re-roll 2 dice, I can move a pawn, or I can draw a remedy. Thing is, I still don't even know what the dice symbols mean, why it matters. So we'll see. Reroll any 2 of the dice. Be sure to leave the other 4 dice the same as they were from the initial roll or the previous player's turn. The 6 dice that are showing at the end of each round affect cart movement and mingles. You can also draw a remedy card. Remedy cards allow you to perform special remedy actions on future turns and are explained later. Pawn movement. Move a pawn in one of the following ways. You can elbow, in which you would move your pawn. I'll show you what I'm looking at. You can elbow, which is here. Move your pawn in front of all other pawns on the cart. You could also dash, and you can move, that you see here, that you can move your pawn to the back of the cart in front of yours. You can only dash if you're at the front of your cart. Pawns that are on your formal cart slide forward to fill your vacancy. If the cart in front of yours is full, swap the pawn with the pawn in the back of the cart. You could also push. See here that you can push a pawn off your cart. So you can move in front of the cart, you can knock people off the cart, and you can board other people's carts. So that's how you can like change bodies if people are healthy and infected, it looks like. You can only push yourself or someone sitting 1 or 2 spots behind you on your cart. The push player must place their pawn at the back of the cart that is farthest behind, that has an open seat. Um, if you're pushed and there are no spaces available in a cart behind the cart you were pushed from, or you're pushed off the third cart, you are left behind and out of the game because there's no more carts to join. However, if you reveal that you do not have the plague, then the pusher dies of shame and is out of the game as well. So if you get toward the end of the game and you push someone off the back of the cart, if they have the plague or something, that's great. But if you push someone off the back of the cart and you're just trying to be a dick and they didn't have the plague, then you also die. Die of shame. After all players have taken their action, then you move each card forward a number of spaces equal to the colors of the final 6 die results, either apples or rats. That's a rat? Oh, it's a cute rat. I thought it was a chicken. So that's the rat. And then you have an apple. It's either good or bad, I'm assuming. I forgot what I picked up. Did I roll again? Okay. Cards only move at the end of the round and not during the initial roll or player's rerolls. If multiple cards end on the same space, the card that started the round farther ahead is nudged slightly ahead of the others, while still remaining on the same space. This indicates the order of the 3 cards for the next round. So cards always have to be not on the same space. So it's always a line. Then you begin a new round by rolling all 6 dice and taking turns starting with the player. Okay, but it didn't say what the fuck the colors do. So it's like, yeah, you're looking at dice. You can move a card. You move the cards at the end. But how do you move the cards? You move forward equal to the final dice results, the colors of the final dice. That still doesn't tell me how it moves. Move forward a number of spaces equal to the colors of the final 6 dice results, regardless of the shape. I see. So, like in this case, birch would move 4, cedar would move 1, and oak would move 1. Okay. But then if you get an apple or a rat, that means something else. Okay. Mingles. You'll notice that the dice have different symbols on them. At the end of each round, before the cards are moved, if the final dice results show 2 or more rats for a particular card, then everyone on that card must mingle. All mingling card mates must add each of the 2 summon cards to the card's mingle area by the board. 1 random symptom from the deck is also added to the card's mingle area, unless someone already put a card there by playing a Leech's Remedy on their turn, in which case the card is added instead. Mexo cards in the mingle area deal 2 to each player on the card and discard the extra card face down. If your 2 new symptoms add up to 6 or greater, you now have the plague for the rest of the game. If you already had the plague, it does not matter which cards you receive, since you still have the plague. Whenever the symptoms deck runs out, shuffle the symptoms discard pile to reform the deck. If there is only 1 player on a card, you're still required to mingle when 2 or more rats are re-rolled for the card. Meaning, you still change the how infected you are. But once you have the plague, you have the plague for the rest of the game. So game design wise, what that means is you should have a way to flag that you have the plague for the rest of the game. So what I would have argued is they should have had it so on one side you show the friar, but then if you have the plague, maybe you show the other side to show that you're plagued or something. Thematically, that would have been cool. Unless they say you just tap your card to show you have the plague, but that would just have been cool to show that you have it, that you look different. Remedies. All remedies can be played on your turn and are played either after and in addition to your main action. Each remedy card has 2 potential uses, but is discarded after using either the top or bottom. For example, my remedies, I showed this before, like you can see the top and the bottom, different things you can do. Each time a cart leaves the town, all players in the cart must reveal if they have the plague or not. If everyone in the cart is healthy, everyone in the cart wins together and the game is over. If anyone in the cart has the plague, everyone on the cart dies, and play continues until an all-healthy cart crosses and ends the game. Oh, I see. That's why you don't show that you have the plague, because you actually don't reveal that you actually got the plague until your cart crosses the finish line. But the thing is then that's also a truth game. So that's kind of bad game design, because somebody could lie, and you don't know if they actually did get the plague. So, I don't know. Like, that's cool, like you're trying not to get the plague, and if you got the plague, then you still play off whether, like, you didn't get the plague or something. But, I don't know, that turns into a truth game, because someone could have just been lying the whole game that they didn't get the plague. Or even, you know, the other thing could have happened is someone could say, hey, didn't realize that they forgot they got to 6 or higher because there's nothing to remind you, and then they forgot that they were plagued, and then they act like they were healthy by accident. So I don't know, that's kind of wishy-washy game design as far as the plague aspect. But the whole theme of this and how this works seems pretty cool. It says here then, if play continues after a card is crossed, dice results for finished cards do nothing. Players who die at the finish line or during the game must truthfully reveal their state of health. They no longer have turns, and they cannot play remedy cards. If either the second or third card do not escape within 1 additional round following the first card crossing, they do not escape the town in time and automatically die. Oh, because that's interesting too. So if someone just quickly gets across and they die, then if the other cards don't actually cross the finish line within 1 round, they all die. So that's another way you can negotiate so that everybody loses, is if you know everyone in your cart probably has the plague, you can just quickly get across the finish line. That way everybody loses the game, because healthy people can't cross in time. So that's interesting. If all three carts cross the finish line, if all 3 carts cross with the plague, do not finish in time, or are empty when they cross, anyone who had the plague wins. Wait, what? Oh, see, that's why people double cross. Because if you're healthy, you want to be everyone in your cart healthy, get across as fast as possible, you win the game. But if you have the plague, then you want to make sure that nobody who's healthy lives. Because it says here, if all 3 carts have the plague, do not finish in time after the first cart crossed, or all of the carts are empty when they cross, anyone who had the plague wins the game. Okay, that's cool. So that gives an incentive to just tell the truth then, because you can win the game if you have the plague, or you can win the game if you're healthy. It's not like punishing, oh, I got the plague early in the game, well, I'll just lie so I stay in the game. So that's pretty cool. I take that back. That's a good recovery mechanism. But to win as a healthy player, you have to win at all costs. Then it gives strategy on how to play the game, which I guess I'll go into that, might as well. Does turn into part how to play? Sure. So what are helpful strategy and hints? Boop, boop, boop. Oops, oh, that's right, I'm Shadow, because I'm Ismortah. So of course, I gotta be purpley. Managing symptoms. While it is important for your card to go fast, it is also important to manage your symptoms along the way so that you and your teammates do not contract the plague. You can do this by not keeping rat rolls because you can re-roll stuff. By lowering your own symptoms with a Pomander, or by using leeches to influence a random card that is added to your mingle. You can also slow other cards, causing another card to mingle will force other players on that card to slow down while they reevaluate their level of trust in each other. Wait, how do you mingle again? I thought that's something that always happened. Oh, if you have 2 or more rats for your roll, for your cart, use, quote, mingle. You can influence the spread of the plague on that card by causing them to mingle more often and by adding high symptoms to their mingle using leech cards. Communication and teamwork. Communication with teammates is encouraged. Talk to your cart mates about what you're contributing and receive during mingles. But you can also lie. See, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, in the game, you should either encourage people have to tell the truth all the time to not break game mechanics, or if is one mechanics in the game that you can lie. And the fact that in this game, it says that you can share all of your information and you can also lie about the information you have. Okay, that encourages cheating. Sure. But then it says that if you actually got the plague, you 100% have to tell the truth when you cross the finish line. It's like, I don't know, so which way is it? So, it's like they encourage lying, but you can't lie and break the game. So, I don't know, you know, it's like, which way is it? Anyway, we will roll with it. It just encourages people to lie about them having the plague altogether. That's what I mean. There's no way to validate that. So that's interesting. You can share information. You can share what cards you have, so you can work as a team. But then your team can also lie to you by not showing you cards and saying that you did stuff. Oh, I see. You can't actually show people your cards. You can just tell people what you contributed, which could be a lie. So that's what I mean. Okay, so that's kind of like not Left 4 Dead, Dead of Winter. The fact that you contribute stuff, but no one knows what you contributed. And you can say how you're helping, which can be truthful, but it can also be a lie. Okay, gotcha. Because otherwise, if you showed your cards, then people who are lying would never show you your cards, so then you would identify people who are lying to you. Okay, spreading the plague. If you have the plague, your goal is to make sure that none of the healthy players win. To do this, spread the plague by causing mingles, increase your own symptoms, add high symptoms, use leeches, lie to people, slow down cards. And remember, second and third cards only have 1 additional round to finish once the first card leaves. So yes, by slowing down cards, you also doom them as well. Cool. So, and then there are different things that have different abilities in the game. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so special ghost rolls, just because we're playing with ghosts. This basically tells you what the ghosts kind of do and forces them to do stuff. All right, so let's start playing and see what happens. See what time is it? It's only 30 minutes. Yeah, we'll start it. So basically how the game goes again is all the players do one of the actions on their card. I'm not going to do special abilities. Everyone does an action, one action, and then it goes clockwise. I'll just say it always does this. And then you do a mingle at the end of the round if there's a mingle condition, and then you do moving your card. I don't think it had a maximum hand size for remedies. I don't remember seeing that. That's cool. Talks about the history of the Black Death. And some other additional rules, but I'm not going to be nitty gritty on the rules because I'm just learning to play. That's why I'm not going to do special abilities. We'll just read the ghost rules right quick and get into it. On a ghost turn, which is basically all of the automata. Okay. On a ghost turn, they will re-roll one die of the farthest ahead card possible that is not their own. They should re-roll an apple of that color if it is available, or a rat if it is not. Additionally, if the die the ghost re-rolled shows an apple after they're re-rolled, the ghost moves their pawn forward in some way. If they're in the middle or back of the card, they elbow to the front. If they are in the... So basically, this is just telling you how to do the automation in the game. So I won't get into that. I'll just do it. This basically just tells you what to do. Well, I'll say it so it's recorded. If they are at the front of the second or third card, they dash to the back of the card in front of theirs. If they are at the front of the first card, they push off the pawn at the back of their card. Players may use whips to elbow, dash, or push a ghost. If a card with a ghost mingles, ghosts mix in their 2 symptoms like a normal player, and they receive 2 symptoms back. Ghosts can be pushed like normal players, but if they are pushed off the third card and their symptoms add up to 5 or below, the pusher is out of the game. In addition to the 3 actions normally available to you, on your turn you may use your action to view one symptom card that currently belongs to any ghost. Okay. Just because there's no talking. That on my turn, as an action, I could decide to instead look at a symptom card. Okay, cool. So let's do it. Get a swig of water. So they say this game takes 20-40 minutes. So yeah, we'll do a 30-minute game. I'm the only person doing turns. And it's basically just like a battle royale. You're fighting to get position. Oh shit. All right. Let's check that. Okay. Let me see if I can't get this a little bit closer to the camera for you right quick though, so that you can see. See if that helps any. Then we have remedy cards, symptom cards. Oh yeah, the 4s are supposed to reshuffle back with the symptoms. Right, I gotta shuffle that right quick. And these are my cards. I don't play remedy cards, I'm assuming on these guys because they're ghosts. Alright, cool. Alright, so let me shuffle these right quick, these cards in. The super bad symptoms. So basically, since there's automation, I'm just basically trying to beat the game, right? Because it's just me, and I want my card to live. But then again, like if I see that I lose, then I want all my people to no one be healthy. It's sad, but that's probably, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think I would imagine that if there were people that, oh, I just noticed here it tells you where to place stuff. Oak, cedar, birch. Discard symptoms, new symptoms. Okay. This way you know where the cards are. So I'll tell you what, when I get their symptoms, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. That way it's not... Well, what gets placed there? I'm not gonna worry about it. Screw it. All right, so let me just shuffle this right quick. So it's said again, if your symptoms are 6 or higher, you have the plague. So I don't want to ever have 6 or higher. And I need to check again for the ghost from mingling one more time. I forget how that works. Then there's whole movement rules, which I'll just check that as it's their turn to see where they go and what they do. They don't play cards. Only I play cards. Okay, so we got our deck. All right, so I'm gonna look at that one more time. Okay, so and now count down as first roll because we just did that. Okay, so it's my turn. What am I gonna do? Oh, I see. When ghosts have symptoms, I just mingle them, and we just see what happens if anyone crossed or not. Okay, I see. Okay, so there's someone else on my cart. Oh yeah, I should identify the oh, you know what? I bet the colors actually do match the people, right? Didn't I already establish that before? Because otherwise, how do you know which card is what color? You know what? I bet that was right. Yeah, because how are we supposed to know who's what color? So I'm purple. Yeah, is there no color associated with these? That would have been good design, so each piece is actually just tied to a color. And maybe they are, but that's not what I'm seeing. Yeah, because there's 9 pawns and 9 cards, but it's not clear. That would have really been good, so you know what color's what. So let's just say this is blue, this is orange, and this is white. Because this looks white in the background, this looks orange in the background, this looks blue. And maybe that's how they're actually supposed to do it. Okay, so the yellow color. So yellow, orange, blue, and I'm purple. Because I am Ismortah, we're always purple. Okay, that's all we do. Okay, so it's my turn. I'm already in the front. So I don't want any rats. There's 2 rats here, so I'm gonna re-roll these 2 die. Because I don't want rats in my cart. Okay, we actually got a lot of apples. So that's my turn. I have 2 remedy cards. My 2 that I have is I have crushed emeralds. I can give, which I can have an additional action, and also allow. I can use Pomander to allow me to draw 2 extra symptoms and keep any of 2 of the 4. Leeches allows me to draw 2 symptoms and add either one to either Mingle's cart. So basically, leeches I can screw people over, Pomander I can cure, and Crush Emeralds I can do additional actions. I think I'll keep what I have for now. Okay, so now it's the next player's turn, which I'll just go this way, so it's blue. Go back to ghost actions. The ghost will re-roll one die of the farthest card ahead. No one's moved yet. So he doesn't want to have a rat, so he's gonna, I'll say re-roll that. Doesn't want a rat. Fuck, he got another rat. Okay, so now we're gonna do I'm sorry, orange is next. Orange is on my cart. We have all apples. So he's going to elbow to the front because he's not doing a move. Because he's not going to re-roll. This says if you re-roll and get an apple, instead you move to the front. That's basically just saying instead of what you would have done. But it's the same thing. So he's going to elbow me to get to the front. Okay. And then for white's turn, he doesn't want a rat. And you only mingle if there's 2 or more rats, right? Hey, what's up, Nacros? I am seeing if I can avoid the plague. Apparently. Alright, so that's all turns for this round, so now we move. So you move based on how many apples match. Wait, let me check Mingle real quick, make sure I'm not screwing it up. Mingle is if the final results show 2 or more rats. Okay, so no one mingles this at this time, but the white card moves 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, actually I moved 5. There's 5 color. And then the cedar moves 1, and the other one didn't move at all. So we have a pretty sweet lead. All right, so now is the next round. So we re-roll the dice. Oh, plague still, huh? Yeah, I haven't checked that out yet. I'll have to look into that. All right. Wow, I keep getting lucky on the birch. So birch has a lot of movement, and right now the oak has 2. All right, so whoever's in front, I'll just keep going. Turns, I'll just keep doing clockwise, so it's not fucking confusing. Okay, so I'll go first. We have 2 mingles, so that's bad. I have 2 rats, so that's bad. So I definitely want to try to re-roll 2 those. But let me see if I want to use a remedy card. And wait, let me see how you get remedy cards, actually. I may have screwed it up. Let me see how you get more remedy cards right quick. Because I have 2. Maybe you have 2 for the whole game. Or maybe you just have 2 for the entire game. I mean, the game does go really quick. That could be 2. Maybe just start with 2 and that's what you have. Oh no, as an action you could draw a remedy card. That's what it is. Okay, but let me see. I have 2, okay. So I'll keep what I have for now because I could screw somebody over or keep stuff. So let's re-roll 2 of the rats as my action. Because I could, as my action, again, I can move my pawn, or I can re-roll 2 dice, or draw a remedy. Okay, so the good thing is we got rid of it, but now we have less movement, but we got rid of it for the time being. I'll group it by cart. Okay, so that was my turn. I'm still in the back. Now it's Blue's turn. Blue is on the cedar. He's an apple, he's happy. So he is probably just gonna try to move. And I believe he can push forward. And I believe you just go to the next cart in front. There's no, like, you have to be a certain distance or something. Let me check that right quick. Yeah, it just says to the back of the cart in front of yours. It doesn't say how far away that cart has to be. Yeah. So blue is going to dash onto my cart. Shit. As his turn. Orange is in the front. We might as well try to get rid of the rat so we're not screwed. Or I could roll someone else's dice to try to get another color. I believe, well, let me just say what the automator said. It said, they always re-roll one die of the furthest ahead card possible that is not their own. So, I mean, on a ghost turn, they would re-roll one die of the farthest ahead card possible that is not their own. But what if it is their own? Okay, so let's just say he's going to re-roll this once because we don't want the rat. Sure. Great. All right, so that was orange. And now this guy in the back, he's going to re-roll ours because he wants to dick us over because we're moving too fast. Cool, so now we don't move at all. All right, so that's all of the movements. Now we do mingles. I don't have any mingles. Cedar has nobody on it. But the oak does. The oak has 2 rats, so the oak mingles. So the oak... I'm just seeing it about mingling again. You always add cards together, but I thought you added to the mingle and then you discard. I believe that's how it works. Okay, yeah. So you add 1 symptom card, and then look at his. Then you add the. Then he's got 3. I'm gonna shuffle it, then add 1 back. Then this is discard. Okay. So that was all the mingles. Now we do all the movements. Birch doesn't move at all. The cedar moves ahead 2, which is interesting because no one's on the cart. It's just sort of racing ahead with the horses. 1, 2. And say anything about unmanned carts can't move. And then the birch, I'm sorry, the oak goes ahead 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, so now we're at a new round. Okay, this is what we currently got. All right, so I go first. I'm in the middle. There's way too many people on my cart. I don't know what the fuck to do. So I am going to... I want to get people off my fucking cart. But I think... Can I just elbow... Let me see about elbowing again. Yeah, I can push someone off my cart. Great. So I'm going to push this blue fucker off my cart. And then let me see where the person lands. All right, so I'm going to push this person off the back of off the cart. and he goes to the back of the next card behind me. Boop. Okay, that's my move. Now we have blue. Blue is fucking pissed off. So he's going to re-roll this apple. So now it's a rat. Orange is going to re-roll the rat. Okay, and then I'll also keep calling it white just because it's easier to say, but it's kind of like a light yellow. Is going to probably just re-roll the rat, so it's not two rats. Okay, so that's all the moves. Now, any mingles? There's a mingle in this cart, but there's no cards on that cart. So now we move. This guy goes 1. The oak goes 2, so he actually moves ahead. And then the man, I'm learning trees. The cedar moves 3, but there's nowhere to move, so then moves ahead. So these cards are just like rickety rockety, all clustered up. It's anyone's game. Okay. More dice. All right. I'll tell you, like, this game is more fun playing with other players because otherwise it's just random. You don't know if you're going to end up with a plague, but you're fighting. But then again, if you're playing with other players, you don't know what they're going to do, and you don't know if they're telling the truth or lying. So it's still equally random. You don't know what the hell's going on. So, yeah. To you, I guess it still feels the same. It just, you're missing the whole mechanic of playing the remedy cards more often, or trying to see if someone's lying to you. Okay, so now I'm in the very back. I'm in the worst position, so this is not good at all. I'm in a terrible position. So I'm going to use crushed emeralds. I'm going to use hold it up for you. I'm going to use crushed emeralds so that I get an extra action. So I get to do 2 actions. And I'll keep my other card. So I'm going to elbow to switch positions with orange. And then I'm going to dash forward so that I jump onto the card. Okay, so that's me. Now it's blue. Blue is going to slow down the front cart. So they have a rat. Didn't slow it down, but now they have rats. Orange is going to also try to screw over and take away an. Let's see here. One sec. He's going to re-roll the apple. So it's a red. That's great. Fantastic. Thanks, orange. And now white. I mean, the automator says it's always the most forward card. Furthest ahead card possible. So even though I want to do this card, they say screw over this one. So, okay. All right. So now we mingle. Great. Now there's mingling on the cart that I'm on. So what that means is we add all the symptoms together, add a new symptom, shuffle them, and then we see what symptoms everybody has. Oh no! I was only supposed to pick up 2 of them, not all of them. Whoops. Yeah, whatever. My bad. I forgot. Okay. My bad. The only reason it matters is because in case I drew a 4 or something stupid. Whatever. I still don't know. Whatever. It's all good. Okay, then one's discarded. You get 2, you get 2, I get 2. I don't have the plague yet, but I'm looking worse off. Before I had a headache twice, now I have headache and the chills. Okay, and now we do movement. So this card moves ahead 3. 1, 2, 3. Red moves ahead 2. And then white moves ahead 1. Okay, so that's a commanding difference now. Man. And what happens if an empty card crosses? Shit. Because that said when the first card crosses, you only have 1 round. So it's like, oh shit, if I'm reading that correctly. I gotta slow down that fucking cart. Yeah, empty cards can cross, and that triggers the end. You have 1 round once a card crosses, if I'm reading that correctly. Yeah, it's just the cart crossing. Yep, so I gotta catch up. All right, so it's my turn. I'm on the red cart, but I'm in a bad position. I'm in the very back, and people might have the plague. So I need to get off this cart. I gotta get off it. I'm going to do crushed emeralds again and get 2 turns. Make sure you can see that. Okay, the one on top. So I get 2 turns. So I'm going to dash forward. Elbow and elbow. I'm going to elbow twice. Blue is going to also elbow. Actually, no, they're going to roll. Yeah, because they don't want the cart to cross. Orange is also going to roll. And white's going to do the same thing. Wow, really? Wow. Third chance, and each time roll the fucking black. Wow. Alright, so now we're mingling again on the fucking birch, sharing herpes. Alright, so don't pick up orange. Okay, then we mix this. See, when you're on the same cart, you don't have 6 feet distance. That's the problem. You're mingling too close. Okay, so 2, 2, lose 1. Oh man, I don't have the plague yet, but it's looking worse and worse. Now I have headaches and buboes, if I'm saying it correctly. I don't know. It's 4 and 1. If I have 1 more symptom number higher, I have the plague. Not good. All right, so now we do movements. This card goes head 3. 1, 2, 3. My cart goes 2. 1, 2, and the card in the back only goes 1. And I believe you can only dash if there's space, if I recall, for the jumping. Oh no, if it's full, you swap places. So this guy could actually move forward to swap places with whoever's in the back, regardless of distance. Distance really only matters as far as if the cards can cross before end of game, what cart you're on. But as far as movement, you could easily swap places as though they're adjacent, player-wise, moving between carts. Okay, roll the dice. We're nearing the end game. We're also just crossed the 1 hour mark, so that's a weird roll. We'll re-roll those two. Okay, so we got 2 blacks, 2 reds, 3 blacks, 2 reds, and white. Okay, so I definitely want to get across. So I'm going to, unless I have the plague, then I purposely want to make sure no one healthy survives. So I'm going to dash forward to get on this card because I know I'm healthy. Blue is going to try to destroy apples. Let me make sure I'm reading that correctly. It's always the front cart, and they always re-roll an apple if possible. Okay. Orange is going to re-roll one of the blacks. Okay, and then white is going to re-roll one of the blacks. Oh, I read this wrong. If you re-roll and it shows an apple, they also move forward. Okay, well, remember that going forward. That's okay. We're just doing a sample game. So let's say you got an apple. So that means orange also moves forward. He jumps to the next cart. So now there's 3 people on the cart. Sure. Now it's white's turn. He's going to screw over black. It's an apple. So white will also jump forward. Okay, mingling. There's man, I'm telling you, the most contagious cart is this fucking oak cart, man. That's the only place that's been mingling this entire game. Okay, so they mingle, so it's just blue and orange. So these two, and I add another symptom card, shuffle it. So we go 1, 2, 1, 2, and remove that card. All right, and so now we do movement. Black goes 1. There's probably only gonna be one more round. Red goes 3, and white goes 2. All right, let's see what happens. So we have a lot of blacks, and 1 blue and 1 red. Okay, so right now, I don't want people to be on my fucking cart if they're infected. I know I'm not infected, but I rolled 4 rats. So the odds of now me getting even more infected. Yeah, I guess possibly I can get less infected, but it's also possible I can fuck myself over. So, oh my god. So oh man. And even if you're on the cart by yourself, you mingle. So it's like I have to get off the cart. But I don't think you can dash backwards. I think you can only dash forwards. Yeah. I need to get rid of the die rolls is what I need to do. So I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to re-roll 2 of these. Okay. Now blue is going to re-roll Yeah, that's one rule of the automated that wasn't clear. It says always the farthest ahead card that is not their own. I'm assuming that meant then what I should have done is if they are ahead, they should do the one behind them. Maybe. Whatever. Not going forward. Okay. So blue is going to re-roll one of the blacks. And it ended as an apple. So now blue, and this is fine. I could say people were more passive initially because they trust each other, but now people are getting paranoid or mad that they have the plague and trying to spread the plague. So now people are getting more aggressive with their movements, which is probably what happened just like a movie theater. People are calm, but then when they see the clock's winding down, people start freaking out. So blue is going to dash ahead, jump on the cart, because he's, I don't want to leave, I don't want to have the plague, I want to get out of here. Orange is going to, again, try to screw over black. Does not. I'll say white, just because I've been saying that, is going to not do their cart, but try to screw over red. So we'll re-roll an apple. Okay. The only one that mingles currently is orange with himself, herself. Okay. And now we move. I move 1. Red moves 2, which how I've been playing that if it's the same space, it instead moves ahead. Crosses the finish line before my cart. But I can still get across. But this cart already made it. And then white goes 1, 2, 3. So orange got across. Orange was healthy. Only had a headache and the chills. So just had symptoms. Okay, so now it's a new turn. But I believe orange does not participate. Alright, so we got some colors. Alright, so I know I don't have the plague, so I want to get everybody off my card who doesn't have the plague. But, I mean, shit. So I am going to, I can only do one move. And there's no point moving to the front of the cart because everyone in the cart gets across. So it's more like I need to make sure people are healthy that are on the goddamn cart. So I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to spend my turn and draw a remedy and see if I can't heal somebody. Draw a remedy card. So I have arsenic. I can lock 2 dice so they can't be modified. And then I can also do a chicken that allows me to re-roll your 2 dice an extra 3 times. I mean, I don't need chicken right now. Arsenic, that can lock both my dice. I could do. So I could lock the dice so that I move across and that whatever cards people have, it's permanent. They can't be modified any longer. I could do that. There's nothing else really I can do. If somebody was going to try to kick me off, they'd kick off the person in the back. And there's no one in the back. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do arsenic, and I'm going to lock the 2 dice. So these can't not be modified. All right, so then we have, and just hope that whatever, so what this means is basically that we won't mingle. So I'm just hoping that whatever symptoms they have, they're fine, but at least there won't be any more changes. All right, so if there can't be any more changes, then it doesn't even matter about the other 2 cards. Because nobody's on the cards. Yeah. So, and then we move ahead too. All right. So we get across. This card doesn't make it. Crash. All right, so let's see. All 3 of these players have to be healthy, or everyone on the card dies of the plague. And that would mean this person wins because he was on the healthy card. So, as you know, I was healthy. I had 5. So the Serf was healthy. The Friar is healthy. The Chandler... No! No! It had the plague. He had cough and buboes for a total of 6. The Countess was healthy, only had 2 headaches. God damn, Chandler. Get off my fucking cart. Yes, so my cart filled with people. All the people died. The winner was the Serf. Well, no, it's an interesting game. Like it played quick. Like we played that in 45 minutes. And considering that I was trying to figure out how to play the game by myself, but people would also play cards, I could see why you don't necessarily get cards because they're really powerful. So if you want to get another one, you waste an action. So you got to view: is it more important to get another random, really powerful card or waste a turn doing nothing? But yeah, that was cool. It's a quick game you can play in between, and it's very portable, and it's not an eyesore because, like I said, it looks like a book. Like I said, the only minor critique is you can lie that you actually had the plague. But because once you have the plague, you always have the plague. Whereas if it just random completely until the end with symptoms, that's only higher value. It's kind of cool way to do it. This just like you do the reveal. But what the game says is if you ever got 6 or higher, ever, and then you reduce down lower, you still have to say you had the plague at the end of the game, truthfully. Even though you can lie about ways you've helped. You have to tell the truth if you had the plague. But anyway, well, that's the game in a nutshell. And you can see all the chaos that assumes, you know. I thought I was safe, in good position, but then people piled around me and got me sick. Thanks. Wear a mask. That's the moral of the story. Cool. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked what you saw, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe on twitch.tv/Ismortah or Shadow Balance Games on YouTube. Hell, or even on Twitter @ShadowBalance. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Ismortah, and I'll catch you next time.